Okay, so we're here today to do an oral history with Sally Kassman. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm Sally Harris. I'll be the interviewer. In the room, we also have Judy LaPorte and Leah
Hi.
McBain and Mary Sawyer. And Mary, if you hear things and you have something to insert, you can also move your chair closer if you want.
Oh, I'm fine here.
You're fine
I
here,
think
okay.
she's got it. She's got it.
And Sally, could you tell us your name and where you were born and what year you were born?
Okay. Well, I was born in 1936 in Englewood Hospital in Englewood, New Jersey.
Okay.
And my parents lived in New Jersey.
Okay.
And see, I'm not really an elder resident because I'm just a fair weather resident.
That's okay. We have right in a town like Newbury, we have a lot of, I'm one of the, I mean, I'm not anymore, but I was one of those too. So you were a summer resident, and how old are you now then?
89.
89. And
yeah, I
is
am.
that Judy?
88.
88, okay.
Yeah.
You've got some competition, but I think Sally's.
Oh, I'm not in competition.
No, I'm kidding.
But,
and so tell me how you came to Newbury, or how your family came to Newbury.
well, it was the spiritualists.
Okay.
And at the turn of the century, my great-grandparents lived in Cambridge, Mass. And they were involved in all the goings-on around Harvard and everything. So they knew stuff. And they knew that Blodgett's was hosting a spiritualist camp, which old George Blodgett put out. But everybody knows this. He made 30-foot campsites for all these people that were interested. So my grandparents came up here, but my great-grandmother wanted more space. So he bought 20 acres on the north end of Blodgett Landing, my great-grandfather, and named it Idlehurst.
Okay.
And you can tell they were English.
What were their names, your great-grandparents?
Yes. Jane Douglas Hebert Churchill and William Churchill.
Okay.
And so they lived in Cambridge, and they heard about the spiritualists, so they came. Jane was interested in that, and that's what got us here.
And did they come up and learn a little about it and go home and then decide later to buy, or did they just?
I think that he saw how old George Blodgett laid out campsites for the people that were interested in the spiritualists. And then my great-grandmother wanted more space. And so he ended up buying 20 acres on the north end of Blodgett's, which included 400 feet of lake front and back through the woods to 103A.
Okay. And
So-
did they build a house right away on that?
I think he built 7 cottages for a family.
Okay.
And some of them got sold out, over the years. But this was the term, 1990, we're talking about.
1890.
1890,
Yeah.
yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so tell us about you. How old were you when you first came up?
Oh, I learned to walk on a porch in Blodgett's. Yeah.
Okay. And when would that have been? How old would you have been?
Oh, I wasn't quite a year, but I was
Okay.
born in 1936.
Okay.
So,
And did you spend the whole summer here?
yes, we did.
Yeah.
And my father he worked for Bell Telephone Company in New York City. So we're from New Jersey. But my mother was parked here all summer because she had one of the cottages that my great-grandfather had built.
And how did you get up here?
Well, we mostly came by car.
Okay.
However, during the war, my father couldn't save gas coupons. And so we took the train.
Okay.
And way back, there was a train from Claremont to Concord
Yeah.
and back. And I wanted to talk about that because that's long gone, but I've ridden that to get both ways. And it was fun to take the mailboat down to Newbury and watch the train come in,
So if you came up on the train, did you then take the mailboat to get to Blodgett's if you didn't have your car with you?
I guess we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we did.
That's interesting to think how you would have, how would you have, it's hard to be up here without a car to get to.
Yeah, well, generally I don't know. I can't remember the war, those war years there. I was just a little kid.
Yeah.
But my father left, when we drove, he left the car with Mom
Okay.
and then went back and forth on the train.
On the train.
And he would come up one weekend a month.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you have siblings?
I have an older sister.
Okay.
She's 6 years older than myself.
Okay. And tell us about your young years in Blodgett's. What kinds of things did you do during the summer?
Actually, my mother put her foot down a lot. My mother was very strict. I couldn't go beyond the big dock, which is the main dock for the mailboat and all. And we made our own fun because we had our own dock at Idlehurst.
Okay.
And it's a small complex of cottages there on the north end of Blodgett's.
And was that all your family at that time?
A lot of them, yes.
Okay. So what kinds of things did you do for your own fun?
Oh, good Lord. We swam.
Yeah.
And we played jump rope. All the roads were dirt. You know, I mean, it wasn't...
Did you fish at all?
Did I swim?
Fish at all?
Oh, yes, I fished because I had a job for a lady's cat. And I could get 10 fish in like half an hour. You know, those little sunfish that they used to have. So she paid me 10 cents a fish. But candy was only a penny. You know, you could make out, and there was a little store. Actually, there were 2 stores in Blodgett's.
Which one did you shop at?
I don't know. Generally, the one that was white, that was up behind where the Spiritualist church had been.
Okay.
There was a plot of land. At one time, I do not remember, they had a Spiritualist church there. And there's a plaque and a bench on this plot of land to commemorate that.
There weren't any spiritualists by the time you were little.
Oh,
that,
no.
that was all.
No.
That was all gone. Okay.
Yeah.
So I love the story about the cat. So your job was to get fish for the cat. Did you
Yeah.
have a bigger scope of job than that? Or?
No, but it was pretty good, good. Because, that was good money for the summer.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So it sounds like you didn't get to. Your mom didn't let you play with the other kids in Blodgett so much, or
I wasn't allowed to go beyond Post Office Street, which goes down to the big dock.
okay.
But I do remember back in the day, us kids were always scared because on the porch of the post office, if you've seen the post office there, in a rocker sat old Grandma Blodgett. And we were so scared. She must have been 110. And she would rock on that porch. And we got so scared because, it was like seeing a ghost.
So do you remember going on the mailboat? Can
Oh,
you
gosh, yes.
Tell us a little bit about that. That's
Oh,
something
my
we haven't
gosh.
heard
Well,
about.
that was my favorite thing. Because if the weather was down, and that's what I mean, bad weather. So a little bit of rain, showers, whatever. They didn't take paying passengers, but they'd take us for free. So that's because we didn't have a motorboat in our family, so that's how you got around the lake on bad days. And of course it went to George's Mills, and it went to the harbor, it went to Brookhaven, back to Newbury to the train, and then back to Blodgett's and all the way around again. That's how we got mail.
Did it go multiple times a day around the lake?
Twice.
Just twice. Okay.
The way I remember it.
And he would take any kids that wanted to go. I mean.
Well, if there was paying passengers, no.
Okay.
But you could always go all the way around because you could meet the train later in the day and still get off at Blodgett's because they did that. And that was Osborne's boat company in the harbor, and he had 3. He had a big Chris Craft for passengers. I think it held like 6 rows of passengers.
Wow.
Big Chris Craft. And that was called the Pathfinder. And then there was the mailboat that was called the Fortuna. And that had a cabin so they could have the mail not in the weather.
Right.
And then they had Nina was another passenger boat, but I think it just had front seats and 2 backs. But the Pathfinder had a lot of seats.
Oh, We haven't talked to anyone about.
you remember that?
riding in the middle.
No, I didn't come here until I was married, so I was
Oh, yeah.
23, I think, when I came to Newbury.
Judy was down in Warner, so she was pretty far away.
Oh, well, I can't remember when the mail, the mailboats went to Newbury and got the mail either from Boston or New York, because the train went all the way from Claremont to Concord and back.
Right.
So during the war years, we had to come on the train. We had to get up at 3 a.m. and go into New York City to the big train station there and take the main train that still is the tracks to Burlington.
Tell us more about what that experience was like for you on that train ride when you were little. It must have taken a long time.
Oh gosh, I don't know if it took more than 8 hours, but I do remember I had a little basket with my dolls in it, and I was just a little kid, and you could open the windows in the car. And I stuck my head out one time, and a tree had a branch. I learned. I learned to don't do that.
Wow.
So
My husband rode the train to high school
really,
all of his 4 years.
no kidding.
Yeah, so he was familiar with the steam trains.
Yeah, right.
And during the summers, did you take the train at other times besides the big ride up here?
No, I don't think so, because my father, we drove up
Right.
from New Jersey, and then he left the car with my mother,
Okay.
and then he took the train back and forth
Okay.
when he came to visit.
And when you had the car during the summer, when your mom had the car, where were places you went in the car? Where did you shop for groceries,
We
for
went-
example?
Oh, well, you see, we had people that came into Blodgett's.
Okay.
Of course, the Giulios had the produce. They had a big farm up the hill, Baker Hill.
Yeah.
And they came through, I think, probably twice a week. On Fridays, there was always a fish man from Concord, I guess,
Okay.
that had fish in a refrigerator truck
Wow.
when we were using ice boxes, and then so mostly if my mother had the car, we shopped in Newport until Crescenti's came in,
Okay.
and they didn't come in till mid-50s,
Okay.
something like that.
I was going to ask that. Does anyone remember? Do you remember when Crescenti's came in? No, but you think 50s.
I'd say mid-50s,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you had a fish guy, you had the DeGilio's for produce. Was there a milkman?
I guess so.
There must have been, right?
I guess so. Yeah, there must have been, but I don't remember that.
Were there other places you went in the car? During
Oh,
the summer,
yeah.
where did you go besides?
Well, I know. I just remember that we always left early when my father was coming up on the train. We went to St. Gaudens. It's sculpture, I believe, over by north of Claremont.
Yep.
And we'd go early and spend an afternoon there.
Nice.
And then he'd come on the train, and but I remember all the roads were dirt,
Yeah.
and I hate to say it, but and I shouldn't. We used to change oil in the car and bring it up here and put it on the dirt road so it wouldn't make dust.
Well, they used to oil the
Oh, yeah.
roads. Yeah, the
Yeah,
town
And
used
it
to.
went right into the lake. That's the hard part.
Yeah. Right.
We never thought we were doing anything wrong.
I don't think people knew. Right? Didn't the town used to
Oh,
oil
yeah.
the roads?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I remember them oiling the roads. And I'm sure a lot of it was washing.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Downhill.
Yeah.
I'm curious, did the DeGilios have meat? How did you get meat?
I don't know. I think there was a meat market man, too, that came
Oh,
through.
okay. Because you couldn't keep meat too long in ice boxes.
No.
Right.
I think we had some kind of old refrigerator
Probably some.
that my father fixed up, but it was hardly as big as that file cabinet, and I don't know that it ran on propane, maybe, or some kind of fuel.
So it wasn't an ice box with a chunk of ice, or was it?
Oh, my aunt had that
Okay.
up the hill. Yeah,
Do you know where she got her ice? I'm just curious.
I wish. Oh, that was Leach's.
Okay.
There was the Leach family. It's at the circle of the mountain.
Yeah.
And Tommy Leach was my sister was in love with him. And my older sister. But they came around with ice, you know.
Yeah.
And for the ice boxes, they had quite a few things. They took garbage, I think,
Okay.
and stuff like that.
So it sounds like there was a lot came to you in Blodgett's.
It had to.
Yeah. Nice. As you got older in Blodgett's, did your mother loosen the reins a little bit? Were you able to socialize as a teenager?
I guess so. I don't remember going. I think we went and played cards at the casino.
Yeah.
But then they took that down. So I don't really have any memories about the casino. But there was one there that they had dances in and stuff.
Did you spend your teenage summers here too? Or was there some point where you stopped spending your summers, or did you really just keep coming?
I just kept coming. But I'm an older, fair weather Newbury resident because we didn't come up here in the winter.
Right.
And it wasn't until, I retired in 93 and finally got on the voting here.
Okay.
So I call it my home.
So so you've been year round here since?
Well, no, because my house is it's not insulated or anything.
Okay, seasonal.
Seasonal cottage, yeah.
Where are you living now? In the winter?
Right now, I'm in Newport in Summercrest.
Oh, you are? Okay.
Yeah. Oh, it's great over there.
Oh, good.
So I'm still in the area,
Right.
you know. But after
Are you able to come here during the summer and use them during the winter?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I only went there
She
in
just went
August.
this past summer.
Okay, so this is new. Yeah.
And before that, when my husband was alive, he had a house in California. So we had the best of both because we came here summers and California in the winter.
Nice.
But then he died in 14.
Okay.
And I was spending winters at my daughter's in Connecticut. But I figured these kids need a life. They don't need to be taking care of mom.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when I put my name in at Summercrest. And it's very nice there.
I've heard good things.
It is.
Yeah. So you must have, as a mother, did you raise your kids summers in Blodgett's also?
Yes.
Can you talk a bit about that? What your kids did and?
Oh, I don't know. It was just, be home when it gets dark.
Yeah.
Come home when it gets dark or you're hungry, because they had freedom, and plus we had big woods behind. They could do all kinds of things, so they made their own fun. And then of course there was swimming, and we had a little rowboat, and that kind of thing.
Did they do swim lessons? Were there swim lessons in Blodgett's?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know, but I remember the guy, Perry, no, that was Perry's boathouse. I don't know, Joan Perry. I don't know, do you remember that name?
Sure.
She was a diver.
Yeah.
And I don't mean like you do, but I mean
Like diving. Yeah.
diving from boards. And one time she was showing off and came down backwards and really hit her back, and she was paralyzed.
Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Wow.
So I do remember that because, I never heard of anybody getting hurt,
Yeah. Until that.
with swimming, yeah.
How about, was there a community for mothers and their children? I mean, were there a lot of other mothers who were up for the summer and the fathers were going back and forth when you were raising your
I
kids?
really don't know.
You don't know, okay.
No. We kind of kept to, because when my great-grandfather built that little Idlehurst section, we kind of kept to that.
Yeah.
All family.
Right.
And we interacted with them.
Were there a lot of other family members up also?
Uh-huh.
Also,
Yeah.
all 7 of those little cottages have.
Yeah.
And is your cottage there still one of those little?
Yeah,
original?
Sunflower Lodge.
Wow,
Oh, yeah.
that's pretty neat.
But it's still seasonal,
Right.
And then my sons built a cottage. We had an empty lot next to Oliver White.
Yeah.
I know you'd remember that name. He has that big property to the north.
Yeah.
And he always wanted to buy that land, and my mother wouldn't sell. And so then finally my sons built my mother a house on that lot. And that's where Mary and Bob live now.
Okay.
And it's a year-round house.
Okay.
Because Newbury put in, you got to put up a year-round house.
Okay.
So no more of these tacky little cottages.
And Mary, are you here year round?
Yes.
You are. Okay.
Mhm.
That's nice that you're all
Yeah,
close.
Yep.
Yeah.
She was next door.
that's their permanent home.
That's pretty neat.
Yeah.
Are there any people in the Blodgett's area that sort of stand out to you as characters that you knew, or because you were mostly with your family, you weren't interacting that much with
I just remember Grandma Blodgett on the porch because we thought she was at least 200 years old as kids.
Let me just look in see if we have any questions.
What about the war?
The what?
The war? Your memories of the war?
Do you have some memories of the war, or were you too little?
Oh, the war, of course. No, I was born in 36,
Right.
and so I was 10. In 46, I was 10. So
right.
I was like 6 to 10
Yeah.
years old. And but I remember that someone was renting a cottage, and their son was a pilot and then it was the Civil Air Patrol, not the Air Force. And the people that were renting that cottage, they knew he was coming by, and so we waited, and he came by with all this and dropped a package, and it was all the stuff that was you couldn't buy during the war: coffee, butter, and all these things were from that commissary where he was, and we all swam out with canoes and boats and everything to get this package.
So he dropped it from his plane?
From the plane. Yeah. I'll never forget it because the people whose son was the pilot, they knew he was coming.
Right.
So we were waiting, and then he came in real close and not too far off the water. And they got it out the back somehow.
That's interesting. So there was rationing, but how did that work here in Blodgett's, where you had, maybe a milkman come? I mean, did that affect you? Did the rationing impact you when you were here in the summer?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
It impacted us because we couldn't drive up here.
Right.
My father couldn't save enough gas coupons. And, of course, things were rationed. But we survived.
Right.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. I remember New Jersey, down that end, my mother had a butcher, and he always saved something for Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
Whatever kind of meat it was, I can't remember. But he always had something for her to put on the table for Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what we ate the rest of the week. Must be why I like hamburgers so much.
Do you remember what you ate when you were up here? What your meals were?
Really, corn on the cob, whatever was in season, on the farms, and strawberries, blueberries, whatever. We had a whole big blueberry patch on the
nice.
frontage.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's good for the water.
Right.
And I don't know. It seems like we weren't hungry. We never were hungry.
Did you go up to New London much?
I don't think so. I think if we had a car here, we went to Newport.
To Newport, okay.
Yeah, and Crescentes didn't come in, I don't think, till the mid-50s.
Right. So
that was after I was grown.
Okay. How about summer jobs when you were a teenager, besides the fish for the cat?
That was just a nickel and dime, But
did you have summer jobs when you were here?
No.
So you just
I did not.
swam and...
Yeah. Yep. Played endlessly.
Sounds
Yeah,
like,
it was a good life.
Yeah.
It was a good life. And and really, I didn't even have a job in New Jersey growing up.
Okay.
It wasn't until I went to college, and then I went to work summers.
Right.
Yeah.
Was that around here at all, or once you were in college? You were
No,
spending
I
years-
was in New Jersey.
Okay, New Jersey then.
Yeah, I got a job at Bell Labs like my dad,
Yeah. Okay.
commuted with him. Yeah. And I don't want to, I did some kind of secretarial. We collated carbons for the secretaries. We had to do a page and a carbon and another page and a carbon. So they had like 10 pages with carbons.
So they could type over the whole thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was long before copiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You were the copier.
Yeah.
Are there stories that your parents had about being up here, or your grandparents that you remember? About how
No,
life was
my
different?
grandparents were both dead when I
Okay.
was born.
Okay.
And I just know about the spiritualist thing that
Right.
got us here.
Was there always electricity in Blodgett's when you came?
No, I remember that. No, I don't remember. But my uncle and because he worked for GE, and who else did that? That I have it written down here, and they put in knob and
Knob and wire, I think.
No,
Knob and
that-
tube or
that-
something.
And I'm doing.
yeah, where is it that I wrote that? But it was not. It was. I asked my son about this because he's an electronic engineer, and here, my father and my uncle in the 30s, and they used BX cable, which
Yeah.
is a funny thing, instead of knob
Instead
and
of
tube.
the knob and tube. Okay.
Yeah.
It was very advanced. I
It
think
was.
That was the next generation of
Of
wiring.
wiring, yeah. And
So-
even when my son went to Wentworth and studied electronic engineering or whatever, but there was still some knob and tube in the cottage,
Oh yeah.
and we
Took it out.
yeah, and I have a picture of how much on the ground it took to do that cottage, and now how many rolls did it take of the new
Yeah.
wiring?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
kind of neat. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so you don't remember a time when there wasn't electricity in
No.
Blodgett's? It was always there.
It
for
was,
you.
yeah, because they came up in the 30s.
Okay. How about telephone?
Well, I remember it was always at the post office. There was a telephone at the post office. And then my aunt, who was a school teacher in New Jersey, she had a cottage, and she got on a party line in her cottage. You remember Helen Kitchen, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's who I'm talking about, my aunt. And her husband was a merchant marine, retired as a photographer. So that's why I wish you had me in the summer, because I have lots of pictures.
Yeah.
Because he took pictures of everything.
Yeah.
So, and she married him, and she went to Cuba with her first husband, and he came back with malaria and died. That was in the 20s. And then later in life, she married this merchant marine guy, Bill Kitchen, and he was a photographer on the side,
Okay.
you know. So he turned her pantry into a dark room, and did his own pictures, because they did live in the Trussell House in New London in the winter.
Okay.
And so I have lots of pictures that he took that verify everything that I told you.
That would be. We'd
Yeah.
love to see them. So.
You know, whole
What other questions do you have, ladies? Can you think of?
How did you and your husband meet?
Oh, I went to California. I went as a driver for a family that was moving there, because they had 2 cars and trailers, and the husband had a son and a friend that were driving one deal, and then the wife and I drove another. And I got out to California, and all I knew was really airplanes, because way back in the day there was a guy down by the cabins, Davis Cabins, I think, that had a plane, and he would take us up for $5 on a Sunday afternoon and fly around the whole lake. Do you remember that? And so my father always took me flying. He was not an aviator,
Okay.
but I got hooked, you know. So anyway, so I loved it in the air. So that's, so I went out to California to fly, actually.
Wow. Wow.
Got a pilot's license.
Wow.
Yeah. But I haven't been in a cockpit in a while. You know.
Did you ever fly around here?
No. Yes, I did back
Yeah.
in the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Flew up from Boston. I raised a family in Norwood, Mass,
Mhm.
which is west of Boston.
Right.
And so we'd fly. Norwood had an airport.
Did you have a plane?
No, I never.
Okay.
No. If you're not going to fly more than 300 or 400 hours a year,
Okay.
it's not worth it.
Wow.
No, you can just rent one. But like from Boston to Provincetown, it's only 20 minutes across the water.
Yeah.
But it's 4 hours around by car.
Yeah.
You
Did
know.
you fly any seaplanes around like Sunday?
No, I never flew a seaplane. But somebody did have one.
Right. Yeah, I heard
Way
about
back.
that. I think.
And for $5 on a Sunday
Wow,
afternoon, he'd
yeah.
take you up around the lake and go over Mount Sunapee and come down like where there was no ski trails.
Right.
Come down that side
Yeah.
and went.
That's
It was
pretty-
fun. Do you remember that? Or who that was? It was near Davis Cabins.
Yeah, well, it was the owner of Davis Cabins that had the
Plane.
seaplane.
Okay.
Yeah, Gene Guile.
What was his last name?
Gene Guile, Guild.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he used to, he was a commercial pilot, but
I
he
know.
also
And I
had his
have
own
2 of
plane.
his books, I think.
Yes.
Yes,
Probably.
he wrote books.
So there can't have been too many female pilots at that time.
Oh, well, I don't know that there were. I mean, you know, there's the famous one that crashed.
Yeah.
Right, but I mean, when you were learning to fly,
Well,
you
that
must
was in
have
the
been-
70s.
Okay. Oh, so you
Yeah.
were learning that.
I
a little
did
bit
that as
later
a
on.
change
Did
of
that later.
life.
Wow, that's amazing.
I did that as a change. Well, my ex really thought that I was stupid, and I didn't. But I wasn't. But anyway,
So this showed him a thing or
So
two.
this
and so I took flying lessons. I saved my money. I waitressed at Friendly's, and I saved my money, and I took flying lessons. And then I said, "So long,"
Yeah.
because I'm not stupid.
That's great.
That's cute.
How would you say the area, and maybe the area in general, but also Blodgett's, has changed over the years?
Well, it's all about money. That's what's changed.
Okay.
And I wish it would stay country.
Yeah.
Little country places, but the old cabins are coming down, and it's $1 million there now.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Or more. Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know that it'll stay country. You know, we still have a lot of woodland.
Yeah.
But I'm not selling.
Do you still have all the original acres that your great-great-grandparents
Uh-huh.
had? Okay.
But of course, through the generations, he bought 20 acres.
Right.
And those got separated into, my grandmother had 6 children, but the 2 of them had no children. One was Helen Kitchen and my uncle. And so the grandma only left property to those with kids.
Okay.
And the poor people that had no kids got left out.
Oh, boy.
So my mother, so they divided into strips.
Okay.
And we still have my mother's.
Okay.
And that's what the cottage is on,
Okay.
going back. But cottages got sold out too.
So they're not all in the family anymore. Just your slices.
Well, yeah,
or-
I think there are. There's us and Church and Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
There's 4
And
strips
Jenny
of woodland.
and yours cottage.
Well, that's the low part, but all the way up through the woods,
Okay, so your family still, your extended family still has most of that.
property.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the money that's come into Blodgett's has changed the character of the community there?
Well, it's gonna.
Yeah.
Because cottage old, and you cannot in Newbury build a seasonal home anymore. It has to be year round.
I didn't know that.
Yes, And that's why when my sons built the house for my mother, she wanted to be at the lake,
Right.
and she lived in it for 3 years before she died.
Yeah.
But they even then had to be year-round house.
Okay.
And Mary is in it now.
Right.
They took it over, but so you don't have a lot of ticky-tacky cottages anymore, because anybody that rebuilds has to have year-round house.
Right.
So it's got to have heat
Right.
and everything.
Okay. So it
Yeah.
feels that makes the area feel different.
I don't know that but they're constantly upgrading.
Right.
You
Now the
know,
houses are bigger for sure.
And the boats, too. A lot more boats.
more boats.
Mm.
Yeah.
There's more people,
Yeah.
more
Yeah.
boats.
Oh yeah. And of course all the watercraft and stuff. That has changed the look of the lake too. But I don't think it hurt it.
Okay.
You know.
Did you do much at the mountain?
No,
No. Okay.
I wasn't here in the winter.
Okay. How about hike? Did you
But
hike?
I remember in '49 when they put in the chairlift. Is that when it was?
What?
The
40
chairlift.
48, 49.
Yes,
something
yes,
like that,
yeah.
49.
I remember that.
Okay.
I remember the mountain just being the mountain.
Yeah.
There was no ski lifts
Yeah.
or any ski things.
Did you ever go over there hiking during the summer? or-
Uh-huh, yeah.
Yeah.
Up to Lake Solitude.
Yeah.
And we could easily do that by taking the mailboat to Newbury
Okay.
and right across the street,
Sure. Yeah.
go up to that rough climb on the Newbury side.
That's
Yeah.
the hard climb.
Yeah,
That is the hard
That's
climb.
fast.
Yeah.
yeah.
Other questions, ladies?
I don't think so. I think this has been great.
Other things you'd like to? Is there anything else you thought about when you were making your list that we haven't talked about that we should talk about?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Because I told you how we got here.
And you can go over it and make a new list, because we're certainly going to want to see you in the summer with the
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'd love
with
to
the
see you in
pictures.
summer, yeah.
You're saying Newbury, future generations. I hope they keep it country.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's special here, really. And I'm a registered voter now since I retired in '93. So, not that I get here for every, but now that I live right in Newport, it's convenient, you know.
Now that
Do
you're-
Do you have grandchildren who you think who come here every summer who will want to keep
Oh,
the
yes.
tradition
And
going?
my granddaughters, I have 2 granddaughters, who both have 4 children. So I've got 8 greats right off the bat, and they come. The one that lives in Texas, and they come for a month every summer.
Okay, wow.
And the other one lives in Connecticut. She's a high school math teacher,
Yeah.
and so they come up and stay.
Do they stay for an extended time during the summer?
I think so. Sarah and
Sarah, yeah, they
Yeah.
come at the beginning of summer and they try to get in at the end of the summer too.
yeah.
Okay.
She's a school teacher.
When there.
Yeah.
So, their families like it here.
That's great.
And then you've got 3 other grandchildren, but they don't have any kids. The boys in Arizona and then Elizabeth.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're right. Well, my son, see, I had 3 children.
Yeah.
So, she's married to my youngest. And then the first was a daughter, and she comes with her grandkids, who are my greats,
Wow.
from Connecticut. She's in Connecticut. And then there's one son that's an astronomer who lives in Arizona in the winter and has a house on family property. So they come for the summer.
Do they? Because there's fewer people now. It used to be in the old days, the mother would come up with the children and spend the whole summer, and the fathers would go. But now people seem to.
And they're retiring early
Yeah.
and just coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
And of
nice that they're
course-
still coming.
And my
Yes.
son worked from here.
Okay.
You know, her husband.
Yeah.
For oh my gosh, all
And-
his life. Really, he only has one. I don't know. He said he never had a boss. He had his own business.
Well, he did work for a short time.
Yeah.
Then,
And then he and Dave had a business.
right.
And then Dave moved to Arizona because he got a degree in astronomy. And so he went out to the telescopes
Okay.
out there. And but he comes. He's got a house off of 103A at the top of the property.
Okay.
And
So,
one final thing, you might want to talk about the reunion this year that we had.
oh yeah, we have family reunions every 10 years.
Okay.
We just had one last year for anybody that, you know. I guess I'm an elder on that too, but yeah, and the family come and rent where they can or stay
Yeah.
with family or whatever, you know.
How many people did you have come?
Oh, I don't know, 85?
I think it was 85 this year, but
Yeah.
they're all descended from whom? What is the connection to all of these people?
My great grandparents,
Right.
Okay.
William Churchill
Okay.
and Jane. Yeah.
85. That's a lot.
Oh, we've had more, but it was a good one. It was
Yeah.
a fun one.
Wow. What
And
kinds
it's-
of things did you do at the
It was for a
reunion?
whole week.
Wow.
Yeah.
What did you
It was
do?
a whole week. Oh my goodness. The young kids thought up a whole week, a whole schedule of stuff,
Okay.
you know. And we had cookouts and all that, and mostly swimming and
Yeah.
swimming races and all kinds of stuff. I don't know that we had a day on a boat.
No, we didn't do that this year.
We did one year.
Mhm.
Went on the Mount Sunapee,
Yeah.
you know. So,
And then when they all went home, you collapsed.
well, guess so. But yeah, my boys were great friends with oh my gosh, the guys that used to have the Mount Sunapee. Who were
Right.
they?
Oh, McGrath?
But that was John McGrath. No, he was friends with my Aunt Helen because they had both been school teachers, and he had the original Mount Sunapee.
Is Steve McGrath his son?
Yes, Steve's his son.
Okay.
And then
She's
the
thinking.
family that bought the boat when Steve retired.
The Fentons?
No,
No,
it was
before
the one in between.
The hardball?
Hardball was
Oh yes,
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about him, but he's part of that family because I knew the mother. I think one year when we were having a family reunion, I went over and saw Mrs. McGrath, and she had a house in the harbor,
Yes.
I believe,
Oh, yes.
and to see if she could get me some extra, Sunapee books for the reunion people, and she was very helpful.
Nice.
Yeah. But
And of course, the McGrath's daughter married Tim Fenton, so that.
oh, they're still going on.
Family.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Small towns.
Yeah, small towns. Anything else we should talk about?
I don't know. What did I have here? When
You can look on your Mary can rack her brains, and you can look on your list.
Yeah, we can save it from the summer, maybe, if there's anything else.
Well, and I think if you think of anything when you leave too, we've had people say, "Oh,
I should have
I
told you
should have
this.
said this,"
Yeah.
and then we can do a second.
Yeah, we've done part
Yeah.
twos.
Yeah.
for a
For
couple
several
people.
people.
Yeah.
Three, I think.
You were looking for funny stories?
Yes, funny stories.
Oh, tell them about the one with the car.
Oh my goodness. Well, I don't know if you know Idlehurst, but there's an Indian road part of it. See, when you come into Blodgett's, you go around a loop,
Yep.
like.
Yep.
But if you go around that loop and get to the lake, if you take a right,
Okay.
you go into Idlehurst.
Yes.
And which is a small community, and then the 1, 2, 3. My cottage is the fourth one down,
Okay.
but between Sunlight Lane and there's another road called the Indian Road, and those ancestors named. But anyway, the people in some cottage, she got her car out and had it on Indian Road, and it's an incline, and this has got to be before the sewer. I know you remember when they put sewers in Blodgett's, because the septic tanks were
Right.
messing with the lake.
Yeah.
So they put a sewer in, and I think that had to be around 62. But anyway, it made a big berm in front where this, because where we are, at the north end of Budgets, it all has to go down a hill.
Right.
So, they put this big berm in there with the pipes.
Yeah.
And so, anyway, this,
But this has nothing to do with the car.
no,
Yes.
but before that went in, this lady had the car, and she backed it out, and she left it running,
Uh-oh.
and went back in the house to get the cat that I used to.
Oh, the cat. The
That
cat.
cat.
This is the cat.
That
time
That
now.
cat that I used to get fish,
Yeah.
and the car just rolled down
Oh,
right
no.
into the lake,
Oh, no.
and at that time there was no thing for the sewer,
Right.
so it went right out on the dock and tipped
Oh,
over,
Oh, no.
and so. But they got some garage in Warner to come and pull it out.
It probably didn't work.
And I have a picture, that's another thing, I have a picture of it in the lake because the
Oh.
people took a picture.
That
This
would be
was-
a terrific picture.
And it was after the season, so they sent my mother a picture of the
Yeah.
car over in the lake off the
Oh.
dock. And
Oh.
I guess it was all right. I don't know what happened 'cause I was young, but
That's a good one.
yeah.
That's a picture I'd love to see.
Yeah, I've got all this stuff in
Yeah.
the trunk. And so I hope you have me back.
Well, let's plan on it. Mary, maybe you and I can stay in touch and try and remember to, to bring it
Because
up
they-
again in the summer.
And it's probably in my Tales to Tell book
Okay.
because, and I made that for just family.
Would you
'Cause-
share that with us, the
Oh,
Tales
sure.
to Tell? Okay, we'd love to
It's
get a
nothing
copy
personal.
of it.
They
Yeah.
could make copies of photos.
Yeah, we can scan things or copy things.
Yeah,
Oh
that
my
would be
gosh.
great.
Yeah. We'd love to do
Well, a lot of my uncle Bill Kitchen, his pictures, John Greenwood, do you know
Yes.
him? He got a hold of them,
that. Okay.
or I shared a lot of those pictures with him,
Okay.
and he made a whole slideshow of Budgets.
Yeah, he has a website too with it.
Yeah.
Yes.
And he's going to do a presentation for us this summer
Oh, good.
on August 1st, if you want to put it on your calendar.
Yeah, I
That's
went to
great.
one of
Yeah.
his last fall.
Yeah.
And I don't know where it was. I think it was in not this library.
Okay.
Maybe it was in Newport. I'm
Or
not
Sunapee,
sure.
maybe.
Or in Centipede, they have a lot.
Yeah, that could have been. I know about Becky over there. I always read her.
Yeah, Becky. Yeah.
Rylander, yeah. So,
Well, thank you so much. This was great.
was
Thank
so
you
nice
for.
to meet
I'm
you.
sorry,
Yeah,
I
it's nice
said-
to meet you. Thanking for
Nice to meet
helping
you.
us organize this.
Yeah, nice to see you. Yeah.
Here, I'll
oh
turn
yeah,
off the camera.
because I don't have a car anymore. I can't get around.
If I turn off the camera, are you going to suddenly say I have another great story?
No.
No.